Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is an address given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on May 5th, 2020 in Sridham, Mayapur, India. The address was given to the ISKCON Youth Forum in Chennai via Zoom.
Karoti Vatalam Pangalang Gayate Garim Yativata Vahandande Sri Gurum Dinatardinam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanya Isram Harihi Om Tatsat. So, I think I gave a short class to the Chennai devotees. I don't know if you were there. I talked a little bit about the coronavirus, COVID-19, that we want all of you to be healthy, to avoid the virus. Since a virus can be passed on from one person to the next very easily, and the virus stays alive on the heart surface for up to 3 days. And if someone coughs, then it stays in the air 2 meters or 6 feet for a minute or two. So that's why they say, in case you take off your shoes with your hands, or in case you touch an hard surface, you may get a virus on your hand. So frequently washing the hand would protect you from that. Of course, why they say social distancing? Because one person can pass it to another. All these things are very practical. But actually, they don't yet have a vaccine. But although they're trying very hard, but there's no guarantee that they'll find a vaccine. HIV has no vaccine yet, although they tried very hard. Sometimes there's no treatment that works, according to the allopaths. Recently we tried some alternative treatments. One was made by a Russian doctor, a devotee, Advaita Damdas, and he uses some ginger and turmeric root, powdered, and some Chinese devotees have told what their experience was, gargling with hot water and things. So 30 of the devotees that proved positive in Bangladesh.
They're asking for repetition, Guru.
Since large number, there were 37 devotees who were positive of coronavirus in Dhaka.
Since a large number of devotees, 37 devotees were found positive in Dhaka.
Then they started this treatment,
Then they started this treatment.
and 36 of them have now turned negative.
36 of them have now turned negative.
So we're trying to do some trials scientifically to prove that this alternative method works.
So we are trying to do some trials scientifically so that this alternative, to prove that this alternative method works.
But right now, all the people that worked on are devotees, so they're vegetarian.
But till now, we have worked on this. We have worked with this treatment on devotees who are vegetarian.
They chant the Hare Krishna
They
mantra.
chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
So we're recommending that people chant some mantra
So we are telling the people to chant some mantra,
and be vegetarian,
be vegetarian,
take the cure.
and take the cure.
That's our trial.
That's our trial.
Anyway, if you know anyone who wants to be part of the trial,
If you know anyone who wants to be a part of the trial,
who has symptoms or has proven positive,
who has some symptoms or have proven positive,
and then you can I'll give the email of the doctor who's doing the trial.
then I'll give the email of Dr. Audare Dham,
No.
Vinay Gaurchandra. Dr. Vinay Gaurchandra.
He passed from John Hopkins University,
He passed from John Hopkins University
and he knows how to do a study
and he knows how to do a study
which will be scientifically accepted.
that should be scientifically accepted.
Anyway, apart from this material disease,
Anyway, apart from this material disease,
we want people to be cured of their spiritual disease,
we want people to be cured of their spiritual disease,
to chant Hare Krishna,
to chant Hare Krishna,
to practice Bhakti Yoga,
to adapt this Bhakti Yoga,
to
practice this Bhakti Yoga,
and thus to transcend this world of birth and death.
and thus to transcend this world of birth and death.
Every day at 6 o'clock, I give a class on Chaitanya Lila. Well, right now it's 6:12.
Every day at around 6 o'clock in the evening, I give class on Chaitanya Leela, today at 6:12.
So we see how Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, so he is the source of all the incarnations of Godhead.
So we see how Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, who is the source of all incarnations of Godhead.
He heard the thousands of names of Vishnu, and he heard the name of Narasimhadev.
We heard the 1,000 names of Vishnu, we heard the names of Narasimhadev.
And they fell into the mood of Lord Narasimha.
They fell into the mood of Lord Narasimha.
Every avatar has a particular mood.
Every avatar has a particular mood.
Narasimhadev's mood is normally very angry.
Narasimhadev's mood is normally very angry.
To protect his devotee.
To protect his devotees.
And because of that anger,
And because of that anger,
they're looking for the demons.
they're looking for the demons.
Looking for Hiranyakashipu.
Looking for Hiranyakashipu.
Looking for the person who is causing abuse and mistreatment to his dear devotee Prahlad.
Looking for the person who was causing abuse and mistreatment to his dear devotee Prahlad.
So, in that mood, Lord Chaitanya ran out on the street, a club in his hands.
With that mood, Lord Chaitanya ran to the street with a club in his hands.
Where are the demons? Where are the demons?
Where are the demons? Where are the demons?
I'll kill them all.
I'll kill them all.
And the people saw him in that angry mood and they ran.
And the people saw him in the angry mood and they ran.
Then he felt, he saw the people running away.
Then he saw all the people running away,
Because his natural mood was merciful.
but his natural mood was merciful.
And he had just fallen into the mood of Narsimha.
And he had just fallen in the mood of Narsimhadev.
So then he went back and asked the devotees, have I committed a great offense?
And then he went and asked the devotees that have I committed a grieve offense?
They said no.
They said no.
But anyone who saw you in this mood,
Everyone just saw your mood, this mood.
they're all delivered.
They're all delivered. Everyone who saw your this mood, they're all delivered.
And you're the eradicator of all offenses.
You are the eradicator of all the offenses.
You are the eradicator of all sinful act reactions.
You are the eradicator of all the sinful reactions.
So you can't offend anyone.
You cannot offend anyone.
And by seeing you, people are rather forgiven for unlimited sins and offenses.
By seeing you,
10 million.
people are forgiven for their sins
And offenses.
and offenses.
For 10 million.
Of 10 million.
Ak koti.
Ek koti.
Anyway, I was seeing the different devotees, and I could see how the women were so enthusiastic,
Anyways, I was seeing different devotees and I saw
how the ladies were,
how the ladies were very enthusiastic.
and actually in their families, they were like you could see that they were very inspirational for the
And
family.
actually in their family we could see that they are very inspirational.
We saw by Zoom, I went to many households.
By Zoom I went to many households.
I saw the deities.
I saw the deities.
It was very, very inspirational.
It was very, very inspirational.
I'm thinking that the Vaishnavis in Chennai, they'll have a very big impact.
I was thinking that the Vaishnavis in Chennai, they will have a very big impact.
And I think can help a lot in the preaching.
They can help a lot in the preaching.
They can, in the future when they're married, they can also have very good influence
In the future, when they get married, they can have a very good influence
on their families.
at their families.
And so it's very important that ladies also be Krishna conscious.
So the ladies also be Krishna conscious.
And so somehow all the effort seems to be on the men, but I see that most men get married, and ladies are very important.
So all the efforts are being done on the men, but I can see that the ladies are also very important.
And so I'm trying to give also importance to the ladies
So
and to the men.
I am also trying to give the importance to the ladies as the men.
Like in the past time, a few days ago, Lord Chaitanya, by raising his heart also in the air and looking upwards, he shuddered the rain clouds.
Like past time which happened few days ago, where Lord Chaitanya raised his kartals in his hands and
He drove away the rain clouds.
he drove away the
Rain clouds.
rain clouds.
Then all the men were chanting, Haribol, Jai, Jai.
Then all the men, they were chanting Haribol, Jai, Jai.
And it said the wives of the Brahmanas,
It was said that the wives of the Brahmanas,
they made Uludhani.
they made Uluk Dhwani.
Ulu. And so that meant that the wives of the Brahmins, they are somehow behind the kirtan.
That meant that the wives of the Brahmanas were somewhere behind the kirtans,
and they are also tasting that spiritual rasa
and they were also tasting that spiritual
of
rasa
the kirtan.
of the kirtan.
So I noted that.
So I noted that.
Nobody mentions that aspect.
So nobody mentions that aspect.
But I see that the Vaishnavis are very important.
So I see that the Vaishnavis are very important.
So I'm very happy to have your darshan
So I'm very happy to have your darshan
and answer your questions.
and answer your questions.
And anyway, if I can help you in your spiritual life,
And in any way, I would like to help you with your spiritual life.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Is Sakirti Madhuri there?
Sukirti Madhavi Mataji, please unmute your mic.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my respectful obeisances, Guru Maharaj.
Accept it.
We are very, very happy. We are extremely happy. We are delighted to have you addressing all of us. And we have started some classes, Guru Maharaj. During this period, we are having special classes for the girls section. So we have some schedule for the weekdays and a different for the weekend classes. And there are a lot of new girls who have joined Guru Maharaj. So like today, in today's IYF session, we have only the new girls mostly. Like there are a couple of generations of IYF Chennai girls who have passed out, got married, settled, and having babies and pitching nicely to their families. So those girls are not here. Majority of them are new here, and they have we have a specific question answer session also, Guru Maharaj, for these girls. So they have been asking me a lot of things, and I am trying to help them in my limited capacity. So I'm very happy that you have accepted this invitation and you are visiting all of us. And I'm sure everyone here is very inspired and motivated to do more, Guru Maharaj, seeing you here. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Thank you for taking care of these girls.
Thank you for taking care of these girls.
And if they have any questions, I'll try to answer a couple questions first, and then we'll go see the different devotees.
So if you have any questions, I'll try to answer a couple of questions and then I'll try to see the different devotees.
And the chat box to answer questions.
In the chat box, they can ask their questions if they don't want to speak or cannot speak.
It'll be hard to. Otherwise, raise your hand in the Zoom.
Or they can raise their hands on Zoom.
Not by raising the hand.
Electronically.
Okay, that's okay.
Bhagyavati Radha. Okay, please ask your question.
Very weak.
Badan.
Turn out the sound.
Yes, please speak.
So in SSR, recently I read this paragraph where Prabhupada writes how Prahlad Maharaj, he doesn't feel anxious for himself. He feels anxious for other devotees. He feels anxious for the other people in general who are not devotees, for their advancement. He doesn't feel anxious for himself, whether he will fall down or not. But how do we get that mode? Because half the times, although we preach, sometimes we are scared for ourselves.
Since you hear me?
Yeah, it's on.
Since we understand that everyone is a part of Krishna,
Since we understand that everyone is a part of Krishna,
then if we love Krishna,
then if we love Krishna,
naturally all the parts of Krishna you love.
then naturally all parts of Krishna you love.
Like say you love your father.
That say you love your father.
I mean, you love his fingers, his everything.
That means you love his body parts, his fingers, everything.
You don't want him to lose his finger.
You don't want him to lose his finger.
So similarly, all the living entities are parts of Krishna.
So similarly, all the living entities are part of Krishna.
But those who are not devotees are like diseased parts.
But those who are like non-devotees are like the diseased part.
They don't really work. Just like my right hand
They don't really work, just like my right hand.
has got a stroke. Since my stroke, the right hand is not paralyzed but paralysis.
So after the stroke, my right hand, it's not paralyzed, but it had paralysis.
And it doesn't really do what I wanted to do.
It doesn't really do what I want to do.
It shakes around.
It shakes around.
So, like that, the conditioned souls of non-devotees are like diseased limbs.
So like so same like that, the conditioned souls or the non-devotees are like the diseased limbs,
But they're also suffering.
but they are also suffering.
Vaishnavas are paradukha dukhi.
Vaishnavas are paradukha dukhi.
We feel sad to see others suffering.
We feel sad to see others suffering.
We know that they'll be happy if they can become Krishna conscious.
We know that they could be happy if they become Krishna conscious.
So naturally, Prahlad Maharaj is very compassionate. He thinks about all the others.
So naturally, Prahlad Maharaj was very compassionate. He thinks about all others.
He wasn't asking for himself.
He was not asking for himself.
Actually, Krishna gives the devotee everything the devotee needs.
Actually, Krishna gives his devotees everything a devotee needs.
But the devotee cares that the fallen souls should be also delivered.
But the devotee cares for that the fallen souls should also be delivered.
So now we're on the eve of the Narsimha Chaturdashi.
Now we are at the eve of the Narsimha Chaturdashi.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Because Prahlad Maharaj is always remembering Krishna.
Because Prahlad Maharaj was always remembering Krishna.
Therefore, he was always protected by Krishna.
Therefore, he was always protected by Krishna.
Haridas Thakur was praying,
Haridas Thakur was praying
that I'm not able to remember Krishna always.
that I am not able to remember Krishna always.
So please have mercy on me that I can always remember you.
So please have mercy on me that I can always remember you.
The devotee wants to have mercy of the Lord.
So the devotee wants to help
Have mercy of the
to
Lord.
have the mercy of the Lord.
But also feels like actually Haridas Thakur said he could remember Krishna.
But actually, like Haridas Thakur said that he cannot remember Krishna.
No one believes that.
No one believed that.
He chants 300,000 rounds a day.
He chants 300,000 rounds a day.
What we chant in 1 year, he chants in 1 month.
What we chant in 1 year, he chants in 1 month.
So he actually cared. Like he was being beaten in 22 marketplaces.
He was beaten in 22 marketplaces.
And he was praying for the executioners.
And he was praying for the executioners.
Executioners who are with him,
Who were beating him.
that they may be forgiven.
That they may be forgiven.
They don't know what they do.
They don't know what they are doing.
So Krishna said he came down with a Sudarshan Chakra
So Krishna said that he came down with his Sudarshan Chakra
to kill them.
to kill them.
But then Haridas Thakur was praying for them
But then Haridas Thakur was praying for them.
so that he couldn't kill them.
So he could not kill them.
What did he do?
What did he do?
He took all the hits on his own back
He took all the hits on his own back
to protect his devotee.
to protect his devotee.
So the more we know about how merciful Lord Chaitanya is, how merciful the great devotees are,
So the more we know how great, how merciful Lord Chaitanya is, how great the devotees are,
we naturally like to follow their footsteps.
we will also like to follow their footsteps.
Haridas Thakur, he prayed if I could ask one blessing,
So Haridas Thakur prayed that if I can ask for one blessing,
and the Lord said, anything you could ask.
the Lord said, anything you can ask.
Anything!
Anything.
What would you do? Anything you could ask.
What would you do? What would you do if Lord asked anything you can ask?
And what was the thing that Haridas Thakur
And what was the
asked?
thing that Haridas Thakur asked?
I want the remnants of Vaishnava.
I want the remnants of the Vaishnavas.
Can you believe it? He asked for the remnants of Vaishnavas.
Can you believe that? He asked for the remnants of the Vaishnavas.
Because Krishna said that the dust of the devotees'
Because
feet,
Krishna said the dust of the devotees'
the
feet,
water that washes the devotees' feet,
the water that washes the
and the
devotees' feet,
remnants of their prasada
and the remnants of their
are
prasada
very powerful to give love of Krishna.
are very powerful to give the love of Krishna.
He asked, he wants the remnant of Vaishnava.
So he asked for the remnants of the Vaishnavas.
How great is Haridas Thakur?
How great is Haridas Thakur?
So the Lord embraced him.
That the Lord embraced him. Okay, next question. The last question for the day. Niyati Sharma.
Keep going.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
I'm niece of Ajita Gopinath from Chennai.
Niece of Ajita Gopinath.
Oh, I will.
I am blessed that I got an opportunity to share my views and my discussion and your discussion with us over here. I have a question which is based on my profession. I am an advocate in Delhi High Court, and I also write various newspapers for Hinduism and the way of life, how we can promote it. And
Every job has got some defect.
Every job has got some defect.
Like even a Brahmin that say he's a Purohit, he has to do the sacrifices for some materialist.
So even the Brahmanas, Purohit, they say that they have to do some sacrifice for the materialist.
So the advocate, naturally they have to represent, sometimes people are guilty.
So naturally the advocate, they have to represent the people and sometimes they are guilty.
But the advocate still has to defend them.
But the advocate still have to defend them.
Everything we do has got some defect.
So everything we do has got some defect.
In the present society, everybody has a right to defense.
And in the present society, everybody has a right to defense.
Now, if the advocate is very expert, may save a person.
So if the advocate is very expert, he may save a person.
But that person may be actually guilty.
But that person may be actually guilty.
But by the advocate being expert, they may be saved.
But by being the advocate very expert, they may be saved.
So, the thing is that, one could try to be selective.
So the thing is that one could try to be selective,
But that may not be possible.
but that may not be possible.
But then the other thing is that whatever you earn, if you give a certain percentage to Krishna,
The second thing is that whatever you earn, if you give a certain percentage to Krishna,
and that way, you're doing your job for the pleasure of Krishna,
then that way you are doing your job for the pleasure of Krishna.
and you're not responsible ultimately for who the person you're defending.
and you are not ultimately responsible for the person
you are defending.
you are defending.
So the thing is that if you, each person, if you do your service
The thing is that if you do your service
as an offering to Krishna,
as an offering to Krishna,
and you try to be very expert.
and you try to be very expert.
So you said that you also write articles in the newspapers.
So you said that you also write articles in the newspaper.
So I hope that you have you get a nice education in the teachings of Srila Prabhupada.
So we hope that you get nice teaching of Srila Prabhupada.
Nice. And be able to represent the Sanatana Dharma in a proper way.
And you are able to present Sanatana Dharma in a proper way.
So because you are an advocate
So because you are an advocate
in the High Court,
in the High Court,
naturally you have a certain respect in society.
naturally you have certain respect in the society.
So use that for Krishna.
So use that for Krishna.
And that way you can balance your material and spiritual.
In that way you can balance your material and spiritual life.
So I'm very happy to meet you.
So I'm very happy to meet you
You're the niece of Ajita Gopinath.
as your niece of Ajita Gopinath.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, I'm Monisha. I'm from Damodar Desh, studying here in Chennai. I'm doing my medicine here in Chennai, Maharaj. I have taken aspiration from His Holiness B.P. Dr. Swami Maharaj. Maharaj, I have a question. I want to know how we can prevent our mind from wandering when we're chanting our rounds.
Mind by nature wanders.
Mind by nature wanders.
You bring it back by chanting Hare Krishna.
We bring it back by chanting Hare Krishna.
You change your tune. If you chant Panchatattva mantra,
You can change your tune. You can chant Panchatattva mantra.
or if you look at some picture of Krishna all the time.
Or if you can look at the picture of Krishna or his avatars.
This way helps to fix the mind.
This way it helps to fix the mind.
I would chant 3 rounds and then time myself.
I would chant 3 rounds. I would chant 3 rounds and would time myself.
How long it took to chant 3 rounds.
How long it takes to chant 3 rounds.
And my mind, it's something else. Because I had many things to do in the day.
Because I had many things to do during the day.
So I used to write down a notebook.
So whenever anything would come in my mind, I would write in a notebook.
Then I wouldn't have to think about it.
Then I don't have to think about it anymore.
At the end of my japa,
At the end of my japa, I would open the notebook and see.
During the japa, I fix my mind on chanting.
But during the japa, I would fix my mind on chanting. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Brahman pronouns, please accept my humble obeisances. Guru Maharaj, I'm working here in Chennai as an assistant professor in psychology department, and I'm also a counseling psychologist there. It is lockdown holidays. I've been attending the classes by Sukirti Mataji and Amrendra Prabhu. And I have also been taking classes. I've started taking classes for a bunch of middle-aged people, like they are older than me. So I kindly request you, Guru Maharaj, to please bless me so that they also feel inspired to take up to Krishna consciousness, and so I can also do more preaching services and progress in my Krishna consciousness. Please bless me, Guru Maharaj.
assistant professor. I mean,
Yes.
you have a master's degree or PhD?
You have a master's degree or a PhD?
Masters, Guru Maharaj.
And the Supreme Court was saying that more people may die of the fear of the coronavirus.
The Supreme Court was saying that more people may die from the fear of coronavirus.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
So psychologists are very important.
So psychologists are very important.
They said that you know to do Rajat Kirtan Namaz and have counseling.
So for the counseling, they said that they should do bhajan, kirtan, namaz.
And have counseling.
It helps.
And
have counseling.
Sure, Guru Maharaj.
Okay.
So you could help us also.
So you could help us also.
At your service, Guru Maharaj.
So now we move on to next.
Krishna
Matirastu.
Always.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.